Alright, I'm doing my Game Boy Advance collection today. I got most of them in the box, so I'm just going to show the boxes for the most part, unless it's a card only, so let's begin. First up, got Super Mario World. Great game. It was just a remake of the Super Nintendo one. I don't think they really changed anything. They updated the graphics a little bit, and they saved the lives for once. Because in the original Super Nintendo one, you actually couldn't save your lives, which kind of sucked, but good game. Legend of Zelda, the Nintendo one. I never played the original Nintendo one until I actually got this game, and it is fucking hard. Mainly because it doesn't give you any hints like fucking Ocarina of Time. You don't get any hints in this one. There's no cracks in the walls, to explode that one. Nah. You gotta guess. Hard game, but definitely fun. Zelda 2. It was a lot different than Zelda 1. I didn't really like it much. It kind of put it into a real-time aspect, which really wasn't bad, but this game was fucking hard. You're able to level up, but there were some enemies that would take experience from you. I mean, chunks. 20% of your experience from one hit, and if you kill them, you got shit. So, I mean, this is brutal. Mega Man and Bass. This is the hardest Mega Man, I think. Traditional, not X or anything, but the bosses were fucking hard. Don't get me wrong, this game was fun. I never actually beat it, but you're able to use Mega Man and Bass, so it's kind of like an X4 when you're able to use Zero or Mega Man. Good game, though. I'll check it out. Golden Sun: The Lost Age. I haven't gotten too far in this one. I beat the original, but this one, I don't know, I just kind of, got tired from it. I don't know. It was pretty good, though. Riviera: The Promised Land. This is an interesting kind of RPG, because you level up after using a weapon for a while. Not from how many enemies you killed, but how many times you use a certain weapon. That was different. I mean, nothing's wrong with something different. Not saying that was bad. Overall, though, this game was pretty fun, though. Well, that's about it on that one. Huh. Great game right here. WarioWare Inc. I'm going to be honest, when I first seen this, I thought it was going to be a joke. Fuck this, it's too childish. Then my friend made me play, it's yeah, fine, give it to me. And I got so fucking addicted. This game is definitely stupid, you can't get around that. And it's short, I mean, it only takes you about an hour to beat. But it's so much fun, you're gonna replay it for hours on end. I'm still playing. I love this game, it's the best Game Boy Advance game made. Get this if you haven't. Zelda: A Link to the Past. This was another remake of the Super Nintendo Zelda. They added a little multiplayer thing, which was kind of fun. It took a while to beat. And they also had the Four-Sword Temple, where you were able to fight 4 Links, which is kind of hard. I mean, it was a cool bonus. Except for that, it was a remake. But definitely good. Check it out. Mario and Luigi RPG, or what's it called? Superstar Saga. Great game. Wow. This game was good. It was also a challenge, which I love to see. What can I say about this? It was hard. It was fun. It was long. It's what you expect from a game. It's fulfilling from beginning to end. Definitely check it out. Mega Man Zero. Wow. Hard. I just noticed something. The Game Boy Advance has a lot of hard games. This game was hard from a few aspects. You had to level up your weapons, which was awkward. They didn't tell you how often you needed to use it or whatever, and, bosses were brutal. I mean, one thing I hated, though, is you got these little elves power-ups or something like that, I forget. But if you use them, they brought your grade down to an F every time you'd go through a level, so, I mean, you had to be hardcore to get, an A in each level, but, check this one out. Zero 2. Fucking brutal. Damn, is all I can say on how brutal this game was. I don't even think I got past the first 4 bosses, which is new, because I love Mega Man. I have a lot of them, so I'm pretty good at them. But fuck, this is hard. If you're into hard games, check this out. Let's go with this one. WarioWare Twisted. Personally, out of all the WarioWares, this is my least favorite. Not saying it's bad or anything, but least favorite. If you liked WarioWare Inc., though, you would definitely love this. It's hilarious. It's the same as the other one. You'll love it. Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, or whatever you call it. Great Castlevania. Blew my mind. Like all the other Game Boy Advance ones, and pretty much the whole Castlevania line altogether. Great game that definitely changed Castlevania the way it was played. Like, fucking kick-ass. You're able to use a lot of weapons for once instead of just like a whip. Nothing wrong with the whip, I love the whip. Had multiple endings, which was nice. Arena mode. A lot of other shit. Great game. Final Fantasy 1 and 2. Not bad. It was a remake of the Nintendo one. I personally can't stand Nintendo RPGs. They're so slow and just, irritate me. But they've made this one a lot faster than the Nintendo one, so they made a huge improvement to it, which was nice to see. For one of the first RPGs, you can definitely tell by story-wise, the story's pathetic. But overall, it is a pretty good game. I haven't really played number 2, didn't interest me so much, so I can't say anything about that. But not bad. Yu-Gi-Oh! Fuck knows what else it's called. I used to be into it. I mean, all in all, this actually wasn't a bad game. Actually, it was pretty fun from what I remember. So, if you still like Yu-Gi-Oh!, I mean, it's a good game. Oh, here's one. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Now, let's see. This game, if you've seen a sequence, would blow your fucking mind. Like, it looked DS graphics plus, maybe. Like, fucking amazing. But, except for that, we aren't looking at too much else. I mean, and this is because of, like, I don't know why they made it like this. You had to use cards. I hate when they do that in any game. It's always the portable that they put cards in. But, I mean, in, like, the PlayStation 2 one, you're able to equip a Keyblade and, whack people as much as you want with it. In this one, you had to use a card, and it did, like, no damage. It got so boring and shit. And it could have been so easily fixed. I don't know why they made it crap. If they changed a few things, we would have went from being crap to actually pretty good. But, who knows. It's not Game Boy Advance, but it's a Game Boy Color, the Yu-Gi-Oh! They made on that. It was pretty good for this time. Another Game Boy Color one. Mega Man Extreme. It was a remake of Mega Man X and X2 put together, so, I mean, that was pretty cool. This wasn't actually a Game Boy Color game, though. You could play it on the original Game Boy. I don't know why they put color. Pokemon Sapphire. Gonna be honest, I hate the Pokemon cartoon. Like, ugh, it's fucking horrible. But the games, on the other hand, at least the RPGs, not like the puzzle shit or anything else they made, are actually still kick-ass, I hate to admit. Like, how many RPGs can you have a choice of 200 characters you can put in? You always get like 20. This gives you a choice of like 200, which is a fucking lot. It made a huge improvement over the Game Boy ones. Mainly, you can run. Holy shit, that blew my mind, and it gives it to you quickly. Because, let's face it, the Game Boy ones, you move slow, and that sucked. Great game. Metabots. Know nothing about it. I seriously can't remember anything about it. I think it was like a 2-on-2 deathmatch all the time. It was alright. Phantasy Star Collection. This has Phantasy Star 1, 2, and 3. First one was on the Sega Master System, and the other two were on Sega Genesis. I'm not big into Phantasy Star. Like, the only Phantasy Star I've ever actually liked, and liked a lot, was Phantasy Star 4. Which kind of sucked. The only Phantasy Star I liked, they didn't put on this. Overall, though, I mean, if you like Phantasy Star, you get 3 in 1, so, I mean, that's a good deal. I got it pretty cheap, too, so check it out if you like Phantasy Star. Monster Rancher Advance 2. Pretty good. If you like Monster Rancher on the PlayStation, then you'll probably like this. That's about all I can say on it. Oh, now here's the game. Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. This is a remake of the Nintendo one, and it just kicks ass. Like, they added a few mini-games, but, I couldn't give two fucks about that. But you were also able to play as Meta Knight, which kicked ass. The only problem with that, though, was you couldn't save. You had to beat the whole game in one shot. I mean, it's a short game. It only takes about an hour to beat, but it's fun. And it definitely brought back some memories, because I haven't played the original Nintendo one in I don't know how long. And I'm over 10 minutes. Great. I was really hoping not to have this as a two-parter, but what can I say? Click part 2 or whatever.